Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spearhead cast as of still now. I don't know when that will change though, but we'll keep an eye out for it. And we have a 1v1 for you all here on Amelie Fields on the Western Front. Let's go through the players. We have Muru as the United States of America without a commander choice yet. And we have Nobby Gops as the Wehrmacht, also without a commander choice yet. Need to see what happens. I was told this was the first match they did with their new ELO system, whatever that means. Yellow probably means like they have like a ranking system, I suppose. I'm not sure. But yeah, they have that now apparently on the Spearhead server, which is probably not going to be called the Spearhead server for much longer anyway. There will be a new Spearhead server coming up though for Spearhead 3 at some point in the coming few weeks, but we'll see how that goes. Oh, it also looks like Muro has picked a commander. It is US Armor Company. Ooh, okay. Armored Riflemen. Well, just Armored Division Riflemen at the moment. Nothing too special. Germans at the basic 1-1-1 opening here. Just Pioneer, Folks, Grenadier, Grenadier. And then we'll see what they come up with next. We'll go for the MT-42. No, they're going for another Grenadier. Not a bad choice, all things considering. Grenadiers are pretty useful early on. Really cheap for the United States. Not too much of a... It's just the issue there. We don't usually see that. The Jeep seems to be quite popular at the moment. Americans have spotted here by the Folks Grenadier. But that the Grenadiers need to get behind cover up here to help provide supporting fire. You see the truck coming up. Keep moving fast. They're gonna load a squad inside it. We're taking losses there from the firefight because the Grenadiers got some good sightlines. Pioneers also moving nearby to be able to support somewhat. Other Grenadier squads nearby, but they need to get behind cover. That guy gets pressed out in the open against the truck. Both Grenadiers moving around. Looks like the Pioneers can get some shots on the Jeep. The Americans are gonna lose that firefight, I think. Because Grenadiers are actually really competent in long-range firefights between cover. Especially against men. Oh! Ooh, early Panzerbüchse here from the Pioneers. Very good play. Taking out the Jeep crew. Now the Germans can start pushing up. There's not going to be much to stop them. They do have 30 caliber coming off the United States. Quickly rushing up. But the Germans are being very aggressive here. Oh, and the Grenadiers mow down the re-echelon. 30 caliber is going up though, but they do deny the Jeep, so it cannot be recovered. Very good play here from the German player at the start. Usually the Jeep can be quite an issue for some players early on, but also this Wehrmacht player, Nobby Gops, did a good job taking care of it. I've been throwing a pineapple down here to deny the cover. Which certainly allows them to win that engagement, forcing the Pioneers back. But Germans can now slowly start advancing and laying down more sandbags by the looks of it.
We have been granted access to superior arms and soldiers.
The wounded American guy crawling across the field here. Doing for anything to stop the bleeding.
MG-42 team is ready for action.
Horrible, horrible stuff. Here we have an MT-42 for the Wehrmacht quickly coming out. I wonder if we get that inside the building or behind the sandbags. Because it depends on where Nobby Gops feel it might be best suited. Looks like it's gonna be the sandbags potentially. Germans advancing some Grenadiers southwards. Keep an eye on things. Americans put the 30 caliber inside the building down here.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Both Grenadiers are now engaged here with the riflemen, but they have to pull back. 42 has set up. We're just gonna shred in the American squad that tries to get close.
We are ready for action.
The ARs are starting to be handed out to the riflemen. Which is very potent. The BAR is actually surprisingly good on the riflemen. Just an overall upgrade for them. 24-2 rips into the other rifleman squad. Ooh, and Ballflasche on the other squad. Ooh. Guess they're moving to merge, I think. Yeah, they moved to merge. Very smart. Now this squad is still operational. Yes, that's the thing Restaurant can do. They can just merge into other squads. And that actually kills off the Fox Grenadier. Really good play there from Muro. Also got now Big Ups is too fussed about it though. The 7mm AT gun coming onto the field. We do have another Grenadier coming out for the Germans as well. So they're gonna switch over to more Grenadiers rather than Fox Grenadiers or anything else. Good rifle grenade though, almost killed the rifleman up here. Let's see if the Grenadiers can kill them. Grenadiers are very accurate after all. And indeed they killed the squad. Like, do not underestimate basic Grenadiers behind heavy cover at long range. They will be able to get the job done for the most part. But at medium ranges we saw that they have to pull back immediately. So the Grenadiers are going for the center as well. Bearslon can get some sight on them. Still no command shots from not Big Ups. 57mm AT gun coming up. Not sure where they're gonna use it though, but we do have an M20 coming off the United States. It's the American armored car with a 50 caliber on top. And it's surprisingly useful. We've seen people use it really well recently. In one of the previous games. Blue Pioneers getting a battle ladung off. And MG42 is gonna now be able to rip into the squad. Mowing them down in seconds. The MG42 is very powerful, as you can see. We have a pack coming out for the Germans as well. M20 on the battlefield now. We're driving around with his 50 caliber machine gun, the gun on top having bullet belts around him. Any mines? Nope, doesn't look like the Germans have been laying any mines. MG42s on one of the Grenadier squads down here. Giving them a lot more firepower.
Waiting orders. We're losing a capture point.
With the M20 driving forwards. Americans are clearing us some of the cover and side pluggers. M20 gunner has been suppressed, so he cannot fire back. That's the one drawback to the M20 is that the gunner can be suppressed. But if you're not dealing with weapons with suppression, it's a really potent weapon. Now it does have increased armor. I don't think that prevents suppression. But it does prevent the Panzerbüchse from penetrating for a while, as we can see. But they killed the gunner. Well, they technically didn't kill the gunner, they just destroyed the main gun. And they are climbing out, which somehow kills two of them. Awkward. I guess that's just how it's calculated. Try to repair him quickly because the M20 crew can actually disembark their vehicle. Which is something the Americans can do in vanilla, but they cannot do in Spearhead. Only the M20 can do that. Makes it somewhat unique in that aspect. Oh, we have some mines being lit here by the Germans, some Schuminen. Good to see. The Americans had spotted and are now getting a minesweeper. MG42 down here. And 50 caliber is now ripping into the German infantry. Like, if you don't have the anti-tank equipment, the 50 caliber will be able to just run into you. Oh, but there is, speaking of anti-tank equipment, there's a pack. Who survived though, so they can still be served as some kind of infantry squad. That's not bad, I believe. They're pretty decent if you can get them in a good position. Even be equipped with grease guns. Now with carbines though as their base weapon. Oh, they also get the bazooka, which is handy. I have a smoke grenade here from the armored rifleman. Being equipped with a BAR. I don't know if that's the position you want to be in with them. Yeah, oh, the rifle grenade killed the entire squad! Yeah, that is brutal. I think even Nobs is like, oh, yeah, that was probably a little bit much damage there. Probably didn't expect it to be that much damage.
The HQ has been upgraded. Medium armor and rocket artillery is now available.
Alright, you guys, make ready.
We just had to bring something there. We also have more minefields being laid here by the Germans, Sprengminen. Germans certainly have the upper hand when it comes to the front line at the moment. They have secured a lot more ground, but the Americans still have their field points. Both munitions points in German hands are definitely going to be a problem.
Starting to get under my skin.
Because both munitions points means the Germans will just start upgrading all the units with better equipment. As we can see, MT-42s being handed out to the Grenadier squads now, at large.
Yes? The Maschinengewehr team is awaiting orders.
And the MT-42 coming onto the field here. Quickly running forwards.
Crew ready.
Pretty caliber keeping an eye on the terrain.
Lieutenant has been assigned to
And the crew can actually serve as a merger, and they do have a bazooka, so can actually be useful for several things. Not sure about the concussion grenades though. American lieutenant is arriving on the battlefield. The Americans plan to do with that. You never know, generally. With American tech up coming up, they might be trying to rush for a Sherman or something. They definitely need something to turn this battle back in their favor. Especially the Germans are just digging in and fortifying. Well, not really fortifying, but getting slowly more and more entrenched. An entrenched German player with more and more equipment is very hard to get rid of. Especially the Wehrmacht. You can see with the MT-42s here, they do a lot of work. Pinning down the officer there. That's going to get him into the 30 caliber. Which I don't think the MT-42 wanted to be close to. Especially not when they have to reload, but the heavy cover is protecting them for a while. And the MT-42 immediately suppresses the 30 caliber. We also have the Grenadiers pushing up here. It looks like they picked a commander. It is Panzer Division. So armor versus Panzer. The age-old rivalry of armored forces. We have a captain around for the United States as well, without a vehicle. Grenadiers keep pushing up. Putting a little bit down here still around. They also suppress one of the Grenadier squads, but Rifle Grenade almost kills the anti-tank team. MT-42 still move pretty far up here. We have the mechanized crew looking around. MT-42 is relocating. We can see people being mobile with their machine guns. Never having them in the exact same spot. You do need to remember there's Shumin around now. But the British do have the Minesweeper. Oh, we have another MG up here. Panzer 4H being prepared, which will certainly be a problem for the United States. Unless they can somehow find a way to deal with it. Oh, Captain being spotted by the MT-42. Mechanized vehicle crew nearby, getting behind the sandbags. And getting pinned down by the 30 caliber. And now we are indeed going to see an A2 Sherman coming out, which is not a bad choice, all things considered. The A2 is pretty damn potent at what it does. AT gun also being prepared by the United States. This might be a 3-inch, or is it going to be a 57? It's a 3-inch, so a much bigger AT gun than the 57. Same gun as on the M3, I believe. Panzer 4H arriving here on the battlefield for the Germans. Equipped with an MG-42 on the top. Lots of grenadiers on the move down here. Lots of grenadier.
Officer is awaiting orders.
We also have a Hauptmann called in here.
Officer report.
Without his vehicle.
Panzer IV ready. Pioneers ready for anything. Panzer IV.
Watch for my hands. This is your time to shine.
Sherman arriving here on the northern flank. The MT-42 is certainly being a problem. Pack 40 is also quickly relocating because they probably realize the Sherman is coming. Panzer 480 is also relocating quick. Putting the engine into full gear. Pack got a good shot there on the Sherman. Artillery being called here by the United States. By the captain. Pretty decent barrage actually taking out the Pack crew. Now the problem is going to be that Panzer 4. The 80 gun is nearby. Didn't penetrate though. Panzer 480 is a pretty good Panzer 4 after all. It's the best version of it you can get. So the Grenadiers are going to start advancing now with the MGs. Especially now that they have Panzer support. The Americans are forced to pull back a little bit again. The potency of a well-equipped German force is very hard to deal with. The problem for the Wehrmacht is often is just getting to the point where you're well-equipped, which is not easy to do, by the way. Especially for the Wehrmacht. Honestly, the German factions in the Spearheads, or whatever the mod will be called in the future, are not the easiest for beginners. Because if you take losses, it's very hard to recover sometimes. Second Panzer IV is being pulled into the field. We're just circling around here, but there are double 80 guns. And he's moving in nearby though. Good shot there from the Panzer IV. There's a lack of cover here for the 3-inch. And here's using rifle grenades. Missed with that one though. And now the 30 caliber can rip into the Grenadiers. Force them back. But a German faction in the hands of a very good player can really do a lot with them, as you can see. Ancient Sherman moving up here, loading a high explosive round on that Pack. Might hit the terrain though, you never know. Nope, yeah, it hit the ground in front of it. Panzer 4H moving up. Forcing the Sherman back. Pack 40 cleared out again. 30 calibers moving into the German defenders, forcing them back. The one MT-42 here being recruited by some pioneers. Second Panzer 480 is on the move now. We have another Sherman being prepared. Putting a high explosive round here on the machine gun team. Almost killing them. We're setting up out in the open, which does make it an easy target for the machine guns. Oh, mobility lost on one Panzer 4 there, thanks to the 3-inch. Oh, and mobility lost on the other one, thanks to the 57. That's gonna immobilize both of them, which makes them easy targets. Now the German tanks are suddenly in trouble. Both of them getting immobilized just like so. Half-class nearby to cover the sight range though. Oh, good high explosive there right at the team of the 57. Now the half-class also open a shot to try and get some kills. But you know the Sherman is nearby.
Officers are now available for transfer to the front.
That got a good shot there, critical hit. Not gonna be easy to get rid of that Panzer IV. But the Sherman pushing up as well. Lots of grenades being used here. Mildly effectiveness.
We lost an anti-tank gun.
Artillery being called here by the lieutenant. Artillery also being called by the Howman. There's gonna be Nebelwerfer barrage. It's a big one at that too, 15 centimeter. Grenadiers are being suppressed and pinned. White phosphorus going in. One Panzer IV down. Nebelwerfer rockets coming in. Getting being shot in the background and landing. Looks like the Shermans make it back though without being destroyed, but that lieutenant might die.
Allied AT gun has been destroyed.
Yeah, looks like the lieutenant does die. But the Americans are still holding on here. Oh, the Grenadiers have not retreated yet! They're still on the heavy fire for that 30 caliber. One squad going down. Other Panzer IV remains operational. Truck is driving up to try and repair it. Half class being spotted. Apparently that did not work, the engine repair. This has to repair normally. Third Sherman being prepared here by the United States. We also have a major from the US Armor coming in the field. But the Shermans will start arriving, and they are also fairly cheap if you're playing as armor company. Like 330 and 65, that's a pretty cheap Sherman. So the Americans will just be able to overrun the German lines with Shermans, I believe. Another Pack 40 running here. A2 took a big shot there. Might have to pull back. Major being used to recruit equipment. Okay. Probably not the best use of an officer. Panzer IV is operational again, so they're pulling it back to safety. Overblitz needs to move up as well, or move back anyway. Germans are preparing for another push. Panzer IVs have been upgraded to the Grenadiers, so they can deal with tanks if they get close. So we have quite a big of a battle setting up here to happen. Pack team is doing a pretty decent job here on the railroad. But triple Sherman working together could be a problem. If they work together well, that is. The Sherman's gonna go northwards. Might be planning to punch through up there. That looks exactly what's gonna be happening. Americans just need some infantry support for the Shermans. Pack is set up though with the Panzer IV each. Ooh, A2 managed to bounce everything that time. Ooh, good shot there from the A2s. And another shot. Packs are setting up though. Shermans are pushing forwards. Germans do get a bonus for being close to each other, as they get the radio net benefits. As they're all communicating and coordinating. That's why if you have several Shermans working together, they become really scary. And you vote 2 ripping up there. They actually mowed down the major in seconds. And yes, pushing forwards and desperate push with Panzerfausts. I got a good shot there, dazing one of the crews. The Shermans have to pull back at that to repair. We do a Panther coming onto the field, oh boy. The Panther has been reduced in price, so it's a lot easier to get. You also get it from this building now? Oh god, that's a big deal. That's actually a really big deal that you get it from 1 tier earlier now rather than the Tiger. That makes the Panther so much easier to get for the Wehrmacht Panzerdivision now. And also the fact it's been reduced in price makes it a lot more viable. So I think I think all of these Germans are gonna have a big problem soon because I don't think they can pierce the front of a Panther G with their 75mm guns. As the Panther has a ridiculous frontal armor. It has more frontal armor than the Tiger tank, if you're wondering. And that Sherman is going to be in trouble. Oh, Panther does miss though. Missed again because of the smoke. Pack got a good shot though. Missed again. The smoke really was obscuring it there. So it looks like the Sherman managed to back off safely. But with the Panther G in the front line, I don't think the Americans gonna have it easy. They do have double bazooka teams though, being equipped with heat rockets to try and fight it. Because they realize the A2 is not gonna do the trick, I think. Hammer trying to push up here, but he gets mowed down by the 30 caliber. Forcing him back. Panther on Overwatch at the moment.
Send your orders.
Need repairs for that Sherman though, but they do have a truck back here for repair duty, which they can just back off to.
Here goes. Gather around the position.
Alpha Clark creeping upwards to give the Germans an idea what's going on, and a second Panther being prepared. Ooh, two Panthers working together is very dangerous. There's an American recon team here, which spotted out the Alpha Clark, forcing him back after losing his partner. And Panther on the move. Germans are trying to figure out where they want to push. But with two Panthers around soon, that's going to be very difficult, I feel. I don't think either side knows what direction to take this battle yet. The longer the Americans wait, the higher chance the Germans getting more and more heavier armor is being prepared. Oh, we do see a bulldoze on one of the Germans. Okay. Which also actually give it increased frontal armor. And they can also build cover with it. Very fascinating little upgrade. Bazooka's nearby though. So the German tanks don't have to get too close. But double Panthers on the front line now. And that's going to be a very hard thing to fight. Now the Germans will have the radio net up benefit though. Let's see what these Panthers decide to do. Range guns are nearby though, which could fairly threaten the Panther. The range gun is surprisingly good. Is that the M3? So it's the M10, I think. Like the Wolverine, whatever it's called. That's the vehicle the 3 inches on. The tank destroyer thing. Like tank destroyers are so weird because they have turrets. Oh, Shermans are pushing. They need to be cautious though, they're just probing. Just launching a bunch of shells towards that squad in their position. Panther reveals itself. But yeah, no shot penetrates the front of that Panther armor. They want to lure them into those 3-inch guns firing line, I think. That's the plan. I don't... both sides don't know how to proceed, I think. Germans are taking up behind us though, so we could see heavy panzers. We could see tigers or king tiger if the battle lasts that long. Panzer is also being called in now. Some more elite infantry used to support vehicles. One Panther heading southwards to counteract the American push southwards. That's German. This one Panther can safely do it when it's just A2s. As you can see, that A2 cannot do anything to it. But popped.
We have been assigned fresh Panzer Grenadiers.
And they both back off after that engagement. Although the Panther does take a cheeky shot. Missed though. Not sure which side can figure out how to push up here, but the Americans are also taking up fully. We might end up seeing EC8s or 76s. And the 76 and the EC8 can actually have a decent chance against the Panther. US fuel airdrop in the base. All allied tank divisions, the specialized tank commanders can call in fuel for the base, which is handy. And the soldiers are starting to chat idly because there's been no fighting for a while. They're trying to figure out what to do next. Sturmgewehr is being equipped on the Panzer Grenadiers, also an MT-34 by looks of it. Mines being prepared by the United States. Americans are gearing up for a push southwards here. Major got spotted though. But the ship is going to reveal itself, and that's going to make the Panthers move forwards. Oh, rifle grenade kills out one of the AT teams. Major grabs the bazooka though. Now the Panthers show themselves down here. At least one of them does. Which is technically all the Germans need, because the A2s just won't be a threat on their own. Unless they can get the flank of it. I feel the Germans are going to be able to cover the flanks of this Panthers really reliably. We'll miss shot there. And yes, are under a lot of fire though. Ooh, good shit there from the Panzer Voyage. Jim managed to back off safely. Explosive there from the Panzer Voyage. Half of the Grenadiers is almost gone. And from Panzer IV pushes forwards. There is a 3-inch gun 57 nearby. So the Americans have to back off again for repairs. Not looking good for the United States armor at the moment. We also see a Tiger tank being prepared now by the Germans. They're bringing all the stuff they need. They're being thrown up here. Just concussion grenades. That's going to use against shots on the AT guns now. Second truck being prepared for the United States as a repair station, I imagine. Probably just set up down here, closer to the front line. Panzer Grenadiers are pushing forward still, but they decide to pull back after encountering the 30 caliber. Yes, your truck for the United States. Being in with more sandbags as well by looks of it. 84-2 now set up down here by the Germans. It's gonna make the bazooka teams have a hard time moving up.
Pathfinder's ready for action.
M20 armor upgrade completed. Squad is back to
Let's see, it's a little bit silent again while both sides don't know what to do.
Listen up.
But I think once the Germans get the Tiger, they might be paying for a full push. The officer's also doing something here. There's going to be 15cm naval weapon barrage, probably around the 80 guns up here. Which could create an opening for the Panzers. Panzer is also at the ready and just waiting. Just idling around. You hear the rockets coming in. Ooh, but it's not the best barrages this time. But it's the opening that Wehrmacht was waiting for, and Panzer push is happening. Definitely think this should be the thumbnail here. Let me just... There we go. Hopefully that didn't obstruct enough for anyone, as I was just setting up the thumbnail for this video, I think. Actually, or could we get this one, actually? Ah, nope. The battle is just too intense here for me to try and take a screenshot. One Sherman goes down. Gewaltladung on the 3-inch. Tiger tank is also pushing up now. 80 gun cleared. Truck taken out. Wehrmacht pushes forwards with their Panzers. Tiger tank leading the way. Spearheading at the moment. Range gun got a good shot there though. Remember, the Tiger does have less frontal arm on the front than the Panther. By a substantial amount too, by the way. So while the A2s cannot penetrate the front of a Panther, they can most certainly have a high chance to penetrate the front of a Tiger. And the 4-2s getting some shots on the rear side behind some barricades here lifted up by a Sherman with a bulldozer. Because they can build barrier cover kind of like that. Not looking good for the United States though, I feel. Because the German tank amount has not been reduced after those Panthers hit the front line. And the Americans turn this around. Oh, Pershing! We're gonna see a Pershing! Okay! So the Americans bring the only heavy tank of the war for their side onto the battlefield. They also have a Major arriving now for the Panzer Division to oversee the front line of the Panzer Armee. He has Bewegungskrieg, interesting, coordinated fire, and Los. So not too interesting abilities, I think. German Panzer forces are preparing again though. Ready to push forwards again. American recon team is taking some shots here with their Springfields. And the other guy using the grease gun. Here comes the German Panzers pushing forwards. Laying down a lot of MT-42 fire. But shots are hitting them from the flank now. One Sherman down. But the Panzers keep pushing forward. Another Sherman about to go down as well. Yeah. The Panthers are holding up. I think this might be a good screenshot opportunity. I don't know. Oh, bazooka hits one of the Panthers though. From the Major, actually. One Panther down! You know, that's a huge deal. American armored riflemen coming onto the field. German infantry pushing forwards. They're being suppressed by the 30 caliber, manned by one guy. He does a lot though. Rear echelon moving into merge. Making a full squad again. But he's gonna get mowed down, I think, from all the fire. We do have the Pershing arriving here. Another Tiger tank being prepared by the Germans. But the Pershing is very unique because it's the only heavy tank the Americans have from the war. And with a 90mm gun. It has a decent chance of dealing with the Panthers and the Tigers, but its armor is not the best. Also didn't even penetrate at that time. When I was being targeted down by the German Panzers. And the Panthers are more than good enough to penetrate the front of a Pershing. Ooh, almost got it! Almost got it! Holy shit, that was close. If the German tanks had kept pushing, they could have taken out that Pershing. Like, while the Pershing will deal with Panzer IVs and such reliably, Panthers are very hard to deal with, as I told before. Tiger tank remains up here, loading a high explosive round on that machine gun team. As the battle gets quite intense, Panzer IV pushing forwards here. It's veterancy free. And it's a lack of targets. Machine gun has to pull back. But the machine guns on the German tanks are just so good because it's MG42s. They lay down a lot of firepower and kills the crew. Brutal stuff. They quickly time to repair this Pershing as fast as possible. You know, it's the only thing they have that can actually deal with these German tanks. It's the second Tiger. If the Germans just hold on for a while enough, they could probably get another Panther at some point to replace the lost one. Good bazooka there on the side of the Panzer IV. It's gonna force that one to pull back. Panzer Grenadiers moving forwards. Pershing is ready for action again. Now the Pershing has a very cool little detail that when it fires the shots, it likes to eject the empty casing out the sides. Let's see if we can capture that. Yeah, you can see that, the hatch opens. And it was actually a good shot on the Tiger too, almost killing it. Oops, there we go. Like, if the Pershing penetrates, it will do a lot of damage with 90mm. Oh, missed that one that time. But Bazooka gets a good shot in. Now here's the thing about the Panther. Despite having good frontal armor, it only has the same health as a Panzer IV. So if it does get penetrated, it can die fast. That's kind of the big deal about it. Trying to get a side shot here on the Pershing. Doesn't penetrate. Doesn't penetrate the Tiger that time. Mate is trying to push the pack team. What went down there? Panther! The other Panther went down. Mate actually succeeds. There's no one left that can actually threaten them from the pack team. Panzer's on the move. Now the Pershing could deal with the Panzer IVs very reliably. Or fuel it up into the United States base. One Panzer IV down there. Like, the Pershing is actually a problem now. The Germans have lost a lot of tanks very quickly. This is a very good back and forth match. Americans are trying to secure ground quickly. There's also an American mine up here in case we forget. Which could affect something at some point in the future potentially. But you never know. While Panzer Grenadiers being prepared, the Tigers are trying to figure out what to do. The Pershing just sits around here. With rifle grenades here from the Grenadiers doing a lot of work, doing a lot of damage to the models. Softening them up for easier kills. Also we have a tank duel here between the Tigers and the Pershing. Which the Tigers should in theory win. It's very hard to say sometimes. I believe the Pershing has higher rate of fire than the Tiger, but I believe the Tiger just has more penetration chance because of its 88. Penetration? Ah! Actually looks like the Pershing has better penetration. The problem is the Tiger is just, I guess, more lucky this time. Force that Pershing back. 30 caliber gun setting up quickly. Force those Grenadiers back in short order. No one died though. Another Panther coming onto the field. Pershing waiting for its repairs.
Armor here.
Targeting scope being prepared here. Both Tigers are on the move. Loading high explosive round here for this American Rifleman squad. And kills them. Yeah, an 88mm high explosive round will kill most things. Pershing is ready to fight again. And with the targeting scope, it might do a little bit better. More Panzer Grenadiers on the field though. This one's fully equipped with automatic weaponry. MP40s and Sturmgewehrs. Ooh, Bazooka hits the Tiger tank. And now the Pershing is on the hunt. Tiger tank is going to take a long range shot though. Doesn't penetrate. Second Pershing being prepared. Looks like we have a big old armored fight going on. Not usually we see this many tanks on a 1v1, so especially in the Western Front, so this is intriguing to see, but then again, both commanders are playing as tank-oriented commanders. Panzer versus armor, so pretty good rivalry basically. They need to figure what attack. Oh, Panther moving up. The Panther's trying to get some good shots in on the Pershing there. But it is a veteran to 2 Pershing, so it is pretty good with its shots so far. Panther didn't penetrate. Pershing didn't penetrate either. Both shots bouncing off their respective armor. Honestly, it's not too surprising considering how high armor both of the vehicles have. Order arriving here for the Wehrmacht. They're trying to divert their attention with some other equipment. So the US commanders are preparing to push northwards here for the fuel, but the Panzer Grenadiers are nearby. Oh, Pershing is trying to take pot shots at the Panther. Tiger tanks are moving up now. Panzer Grenadiers are advancing, so the mortars being used as a smoke screen, allowing the Panzer Grenadiers to push forwards, but there is a 30 caliber waiting back here. And once the smoke clears, the 30 caliber rips into them. Tiger tanks laying down a lot of fire. Again, Pershing on the field. And is the Pershing gonna get a penetrating shot here? Oh, it does! And you can see that almost killed the Panther there. And now with double Pershing, the United States might actually be able to turn this around. Because now I think the Panzer Division... Oh, especially when the Tiger gets penetrated like that. By a long range shot here. The Germans have to figure out something else. They could try and go for the King Tiger, but that's a very costly endeavor. Oh, good shot there from the Tiger. Almost killed that Pershing. But the Tiger also almost got destroyed itself. Until they've been called here by the captain, I think. Looks like it's 105. Widespread 105. It's just landing all over the place. What's that 105? Oh, it's Calliope, 114mm Calliope rockets. My bad. You have an EC8 Sherman coming up, probably the best version of the Sherman. Accurate, fast, good reload speeds, good penetration. Just overall, nothing bad about the EC8. It's good in all metrics. So it's very hard to say it's not the best Sherman variant. Got a Panther coming out here. Must be building up to like an end-game tank brawl. And often we get to see that in Spearhead on 1v1s. That's a very rare sight, folks. Because tanks are very expensive, especially the big ones in Spearhead. It requires a lot of effort to keep them going. Pershings are almost ready to get moving again. And to think all of these expensive tanks can be taken out by a single mine, if in the right spot. And it being the right mine, of course. So basically, minimal resource, you can take out basically all these heavy tanks if you just have a mine in the right place. Looks like we're gonna have a little bit of a tank push here at the end. A big tank duel over the fields. Let's see. The EC8 is going to push on the wide flank. Well, the Pershings take apart the front line here. Let's deal with the Tiger tanks. So far, neither side's been able to penetrate. Now we have an EC8 on the flank here. But even the EC8 has to be cautious of the 88. But the EC8 is very fast, as you can see. It's a very maneuverable vehicle. Oh, Panzer Grenadiers and Grenadiers are being suppressed here because the Panther is a buck that's a wreck. It doesn't actually provide cover despite saying it does. Oh! Mobility lost, but one Panther is almost down. So we're gonna have a big tank fight now. Oh, that Pershing is pushed too far up. One Pershing down. I think the Germans can turn this around. Yeah, another Pershing down! Yeah, that crit! I mean, that they called it GG. A good tank duel here on Amelie Fields. I hope you all enjoyed it. I most certainly did. I'll see you all in the next one, everyone. Bye bye!